Hey guys, what's up? Ryan Dossey here, and thank you for checking out this video. In this clip, I want to talk about understanding, knowing, and really honoring what your why is for getting into business. Just about every entrepreneur I know, this ends up tying back to their family. So it's, I don't want my kids to have to worry about money, or, I want my wife to be able to quit her day job, or, hey, we need to allocate some funds to be able to retire, kind of whatever that looks like. The reason I'm pretty passionate about this topic, as my wife would gladly tell you, I royally jacked this up. So my priority always was freedom and family. That was my why. I wanted to be free financially. I wanted to be able to do what I wanted, when I wanted, without any restraints. So if I wanted to travel, I wanted to be able to do that. If I wanted to be able to take the day off and spend time with my wife, I didn't want anybody to tell me I couldn't. But more importantly than that, I really just wanted to be present. And that's not exactly how things went. Now, you may notice that I'm not in an Alfa Romeo. I'm in something that is an entirely different animal in and of itself. The Alfa did go on to a new home, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't really miss it. It was a fun car. It was kind of like driving a go-kart though, which if you've never tried to drive a go-kart on the highway, which I would hope not, it's not exactly the most comfortable or pleasant or quiet experience by any means. So if you missed me taking delivery of this car, this is a 2013 Dodge SRT Viper. It was my dream car literally since I was a little kid. As a business owner, I just think it's super important that you always keep an eye on what your why is. And, it may change and adapt. Your goal early on may be to pay off credit card debt, right? And then, once you get that paid off, you have more flexibility, you have more freedom. It could be to retire, and you may be able to make that happen. But it's something I think you should always keep in mind. I ran into a phase about a year ago where I was just bored out of my freaking mind. I was doing all kinds of deals, I was making lots of money, but I just really wasn't feeling fulfilled. And, fortunately, I have a wonderful wife who not only is just kind of a great life partner, but is somebody who will call me out on my BS. And I was talking to her about it, and she goes, do you think maybe you're bored because you're just making money for the sake of making money? You're just working to make more money? And I was like, you're probably not wrong. That sounds pretty accurate. And, that kind of got me back to my roots and my why. And it's led to me restructuring some of my companies, some of my businesses, just so that I can be more present, so I can be around more for my family, so I can work less. My 2020 goal, which, I don't know anybody that wouldn't want to sign up for this, is work less and make more money. And, it really, for me, I had to make this shift for a long time, I'd kind of played the boy wonder, role of oh wow, he can do that, he's done this, he's built all these businesses. And ultimately what I realized is I'm decent at some of this stuff. I'm by no means the world's best. I'm by no means an expert. So what I'm doing now is literally just hiring people that are the best in their fields for the roles that I need. So we got into Google Display and pay-per-click advertising in our We Buy Houses company. And, you know, the cheap part of me, the boy wonder piece of me that's always going to be there, was like, man, you know, you just buy a couple courses, watch it, learn it, figure it out. And what I realized is even if I do that, I'm not going to be as good at that as hiring somebody for it that's really made that like their life's work, right? So we brought on an incredible pay-per-click firm. Similar things with Facebook advertising. I'm very good with Facebook advertising. It's actually something I enjoy a decent bit, but I know that in order for me and for my companies to go to the next level, I need to get better at it. But when I look at my why, which is being more present for my friends, my family, and having the ability to travel and come and go as I please, me spending more time working does not accomplish those goals. We saw a neat road that we wanted to try to access. And one of the fun things I've learned in business and in life, if you don't ask, the answer is no. So we asked one of the guys if we could shoot back here, told us to freaking push it open, and if anybody asked, it wasn't him that said we could.
Touch the sky, feeling bolder. Going out, going all the way. Going out, yeah, 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 yeah. Going out, going all the way. Going high, going all the way. Going up, going all the way. Going up, going all the way. Going high.
You want your why to be something that's deeply personal to you. So while my personal why is to be present for my family and loved ones and have the ability to travel and come and go as I please, my fiscal why, the reason why I make money and why I'm not afraid to make more money than I've made before, is I want to be a part of ending human trafficking. And there's several different organizations I partner with that we donate to regularly, but I know a $5,000 or a $10,000 check doesn't even make a dent. And for me to really be a part of facilitating that happening, it's gonna require that I make more money than I've ever made before, right? So you want your why to be something that not only is it deeply personal to you, right? So for me, for whatever reason, that has just always been something on my heart. I think it goes back to the freedom piece of, you know, there are people out there that are not free, that are literally, you know, in human trafficking. So you want it to be something that's deeply personable. You want it to be something that affects, impacts, or benefits others, right? And that could just be your family, could be your friends, but the most powerful whys I've seen are things that are affecting more than just you or your immediate family. It could be generations of your family. It could be, you know, your city, your town, right? I have a friend of mine who, him and his wife single-handedly fund an orphanage. So every dollar they make, that, you know, above and beyond what they pay themselves, obviously, but their driving force is they know if their business does not succeed, there are literally children that go hungry, right? That is powerful. That is motivating when you have a day that's like, man, I really don't feel like it today, or, you know, man, I'd really like to take a break, right? That is a why that is gonna get you out of your own head and, you know, hold you accountable to what you're wanting to do. So, quick takeaway, when you're setting your why, make sure that it's something that's deeply personal to you, something that benefits others, and something that's also scalable. Keep in mind, it's okay if your why changes throughout the years. Probably will. I know mine has. But it's something that you want to make sure you always keep your eyes on. I've got a lot of real estate investors I know who own multi-million dollar portfolios, wholesaling businesses that net them $1 million plus a year in income. And, you know, one of the heartbreaking things I've seen when your eyes drift off your why and you kind of get addicted to the work or the money or the hustle or the the thrill of always chasing the next deal or the next goal is I've watched a lot of people that I genuinely care about lose their families, get, served with divorce papers. I had a post this week that I had in there of, the family you're building for won't be there when you've made it if you're so absent-minded that they feel alone. Early on in my career as a real estate investor, I was working a lot. I'm talking 10, 15, 18-hour days. And, if you're married, I'd highly recommend reading the book, the Love Languages book. I don't know how many there are, so I'm not going to quote the title. But, one of the biggest lessons I learned early on in my business as well as in my marriage, my wife was a quality time person. So me working and building and showing my love for her by creating businesses and wealth and security isn't what she wanted. And what actually brought it home for me, I was listening to a song and the guy's talking about how his marriage fell apart, and the line is, I wanted the entire world and all she wanted was me. So, go on with your bad self, get your goals done, but make sure that you're keeping what's truly important to you a priority, and make sure you really have the ability to unplug, to take a break. Every vacation you take is a workcation. You might have a problem. I want to thank you guys for taking the time to watch this video. Hopefully it added value and maybe gave you a little bit of perspective during your week. Be sure to share, like, and subscribe. We've got more content.